And welcome back to Sports Weekly on IEMG. We're talking high school volleyball, and Indian Springs continues to be on a roll. The Coyotes, which we've had on the show the last couple of weeks, they just keep on winning, so we keep putting them back on the show. The winning streak, which is a school record, has now reached 10 straight matches, and they are undefeated, 6-0 right now in the Mountain Valley League. So it looks like they will have a league championship banner and head to the CIF playoffs, just like they did last season. Let's take you out to the Den. Indian Springs taking on rival A.B. Miller, trying to hold off the Rebels and keep that winning streak intact, which they would. Coyotes won the first set 25-22. Now in the second, the Rebels serving. Indian Springs' Deasia Pink comes up with the point. She set a school record for kills in another match, so you know she's big time. A.B. Miller's Jasmine Del Valle to Natalie Roan for the kill. And the Rebels are within one. We got a battle. Now it's going to be Miller serving, but Lemeria rolled in the pass to Giselle Castellanos from the back row for the kill. That takes some skills by Castellanos. Indian Springs now later rolled in to Jocelyn Rosiles, and she's right there at the net. Rosiles in for the point for Indian Springs. Now it's the Coyotes serving, and we've got Castellanos patrolling the net. Oh, just gives a little tap home for the point. Easy point there for Indian Springs. This time it's going to be the Coyotes Roldan going to Pink for the kill. That's always a good idea. Smacks it off the would-be blocker for the point. Indian Springs up by 4 in the second set. A.B. Miller answers with the ace. Roan with the honors there as she gets the point for A.B. Miller. Back the other way with the Coyotes, though. It's Roldan to Pink again. Take that, rewind it back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All that good stuff. And then check out this block by Pink. She can block. She can, go for the kill. She does it all. And Indian Springs would go on to make it a sweep. 25-22, 25-21, and 25-17. The Coyotes firmly in the driver's seat for the Mountain Valley League title. Again, 6-0 in league play, 10 wins in a row. They are getting it done this season. All right, now let's go from volleyball to girls flag football at Indian Springs. Now, Indian Springs is the only true Mountain Valley League school playing girls flag football this season, so they are actually in the River Valley League with a number of the Riverside area schools like Norte Vista, Ramona, La Sierra, some of them. Loma Linda Academy also in the River Valley League for girls flag football. So let's take you out there. Indian Springs taking on Novi, the Braves.
1, 2, 3, Lady Coyotes!
All right, so some of the highlights. Norte Vista and Indian Springs on a big night for River Valley League action. John Chamberlain, the athletic director at Indian Springs. I want to give him a shout out. He's the AD, but he's also coaching girls flag football this season. Great job, John. Let's go to the highlights, man. And Norte Vista's got a really good team. They are in the hunt for the league championship, and you can see why. Ruby Sanchez to Aaliyah Butts. Right back to Sanchez, runs it in for the touchdown, 6-zip. And then it's going to be Dalia Ortega coming down with the interception for Norte Vista. So the Braves send the offense back out onto the field. Jessica Stafford snaps the ball, gets it right back, and goes in for the score, reaching over the goal line. 14-zip, Novi. And then check out this great run by Kaylee Aravalo. Little shake and bake. Nice moves by Aravalo, and Novi once again within striking range on this drive, and they would capitalize. Kasaya McWhorter, the touchdown run, makes a nice move there and gets past another defender to get into the end zone. 21-zip Novi, and we'll show you one more highlight here. This time it's going to be Carmen McWhorter to Brianna Guerrero, right back to McWhorter, and in for the touchdown. Norte Vista goes on to win by final score of 37-0. All right, now to some more girls flag football. We've been talking a lot about San Gorgonio girls flag football. They have won 13 in a row, and they got a huge game coming up against Summit this week. It was supposed to be last week, but air quality pushed it to this week. Here is San G head coach Matt Spolster talking about this year's team.
Yeah, so we pushed it back a week. So for our league tournament, Tuesday was supposed to be the first game of the tournament, but top 2 seeds get a bye, and us and Seminole top 2 seeds. So we just rescheduled to Tuesday. Our girls are anxious. They really wanted to play that game. So an extra week of waiting has been brutal, but we're still super excited for this game.
Hey, Coach, just to kind of talk about what you were saying, obviously you play to win the game, you're competitive, all those sorts of things, but, also being a head coach, it's you feel some responsibility, right, to kind of just grow them as people. Is that correct as well?
Yeah, well, firstly, I'm a teacher, and first they're a student. So my number one goal is to make sure I'm growing them as human beings, not just as athletes. Because at the end of the day, winning and losing, it's not everything. Everything is what comes after high school. So I'm trying to prepare them for college. And yes, we have some athletes that are going to be playing sports in college, but we have a lot of athletes that are going to be going to school to become, nurses, doctors, stuff like that. So I want to make sure I'm preparing them for challenges that come later with school, because I have some, high GPA students on my team. I want to make sure that they're ready for any challenges that come their way, whether it's taking the NCLEX or doing boards for becoming a doctor or something like that. Those are going to be tough too, and if we could build some resistance and some resilience, I think it'll help them in the future as well.
Have you guys talked about it all, with the growing popularity of girls flag football? There's more opportunities, there's scholarships and stuff, like maybe using, flag football as a springboard to get a scholarship or get exposure to maybe get some of your school paid for. You guys have those conversations?
Yeah, so I went to a coaching clinic with USA Football at the SoFi Stadium, and we were in the LA Rams locker room, and one of the things that they mentioned was there are a few schools over in Georgia, Florida that do have flag football, but I think our number one goal before the Olympics, when flag football is a sport, is to try to get some schools to pick it up that are Division I. That way we can get some more scholarships for these girls, because this is a great opportunity, and they love it. A lot of people come out, they love watching it, so I do think it's just going to continue to keep growing and growing. Hopefully the goal is to get it to become a D1 sport.
So it's going to be an Olympic sport? I didn't know that. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, so in 2028 they're going to have the Olympics in LA. Flag football is going to be added as a sport, which I've been telling my girls about too, so maybe they can start training for that.
Coach Spoelstra and Coach Matthews doing such a good job with that San G girls flag football team this season. Very exciting to see them doing so well. And finally in this segment, we're going to close it out with some cross country from San Bernardino Valley College. We'll start on the women's side, and they are off and running, pun intended here. They finished 14th at the SoCal Preview this past weekend. In 8th place, it was Sarah Jaquez doing a great job. And the Wolverines next up, they will be at the San Diego Mesa Invite coming up on Friday, trying to continue their early season success. The men's team also doing very, very well. They were at the SoCal Preview. They actually finished in 5th place. But we're going to back it up a little bit to the Cougar Challenge at Cal State San Marcos, and the men's team finishing in 8th place at the Cougar Challenge. It was their first 8K race of the season, and it included some Division I and Division II schools. So great job by the Wolverines. Vinny Quiros finished 42nd out of 155 runners, and they'll be at the San Diego Mesa Invite this week as well, just like the women's team. All right, when we come back here on Sports Weekly, more cross country as we check in with the Cajon boys cross country team here on Sports Weekly on IEMG.